Life is for learning and learning for life. Learning the difference between wrong and right. Learning to live with the lows and the highs. Yeah, life is for learning and learning for life.
Well, hello, friends. Hey, great to see you. I'm so glad you're here today. Boy, have we got an adventure. I can't wait for you to go with me. We're going to go down to the bank and meet Miss Lisa. Now, she runs this big bank. Yeah, they have tellers. They've got a loan officer. Oh, and they got this cool safe. You have to put your hand on this scanner to even make it open. Now, Miss Lisa runs this big bank, but she's going to talk to us about a little bank, like a piggy bank, where you can put money in, even in small amounts, to save up for something big. And that's called using your money wisely. Now, making good choices in life is really what we're talking about today. And that's why I'm so excited that you get to meet one of my favorite people in all the world. In fact, he's on one of the most famous shows in all the world. It's called The Duck Dynasty. And you get to meet one of those guys from that show. Oh, I can't wait for you to go with me. Hey, before we go, we've got a chore to do. But if you're ready to go, then at the count of three, give me a big old yee-haw. You ready? 1, 2, 3, yee-haw! Let's go. Well, friends, our chore today is not our normal chore. We usually do something around the farm. We might chop some wood or maybe separate some cattle. But today we're going to do something that has a little more to do with the mind. I'm actually going to teach you how to fill out a check, to write a check. Now, I've got a little enlarged version of this. I got to be honest with you, the more time goes on, it may be that you never have to really even write a check. But talk to your mama or your dad or your grandmother or your granddad, and they always know about how to write out a check. I'm going to show you how to do it. Tell you a little bit about this check. Number one, there's the check number right there, 1058. And of course, down here, you've got your bank account number here, and this number is usually called the routing number. My check is at Regions Bank, and I'm going to make it out here. And of course, this check actually belongs to Miss Lisa there at the bank. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out the date. And I'm going to put the date as August, and I'm going to put 8. And I'm going to say the 24th, and so I'll put a 24. And you can either put the full date, like 2013, or you can just say 13. There's the date. Now, I'm going to say that this payment's going to be for $400. Now, I'm going to put 400 and then put a decimal sign and then 2 more zeros after that. So $400. Now, who am I paying this to? Well, I'm going to be paying this loan to the bank. And so I'm going to put Regions Bank. Now, you see that so far? There's the date. There's the amount. There's who I'm paying this to. Now, not only do we write the amount out numerically, but we have to also write it out in what I call normal writing. I call it cursive. So I'm going to write out $400 on this line right here. So here we go. 400. And then I put the little sign for and. 00 100ths. And then I mark a little line through it like that. Now, if it had been for $450 or $400.50, I would have put 450 100ths. Now, here's the most important part probably. It's because I've got the date, I've got the amount, I've got who it's going to, I've got the written amount. But now, right here, I've got to sign it. If I don't sign this, then this check is no good. So let me put my old John Henry on it right here. There it is, and that makes it official. Now, this little space right here is for you, because when this check comes back to you, you can look at it and say, oh, okay, that $400 went toward, and I'm gonna put right there, lease. So there you have it. That's a simple thing, folks. That's our chore today, how to write out a check. Are you ready to go down and meet Miss Lisa? You are? Okay, yeehaw at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeehaw! Let's go.
Word of the day.
Hello, friends. Hey, I believe Biscuit has the word of the day. Let me hear. He does. And the word is mighty. Now, in a little bit, you'll hear us sing, stretch, stretch, stretch that mighty dollar. Now, that means strong. When I was growing up as a kid, we had a cartoon character called Mighty Mouse. And out here in the country, we might say something like, well, it's a mighty fine day today, or, boy, that banana pudding was mighty fine. Or if you're working hard, saying, boy, you're mighty strong. The word today is mighty. Well, Miss Lisa.
Good morning, Cowboy
Good
Dan.
to see you. Oh,
Welcome to the bank, my home away from home.
thank you for having us. I want you to say hello to my friends on the frontier.
Hello, all you great friends on the frontier, and welcome to the bank, a real live bank.
This is amazing to me. Now, Miss Lisa, I wanted my friends to come here, and I need this too. When I think of a bank, it's a little intimidating for me about money and all that goes on. So I want you to help us, including me
And your friends.
and my friends, understand all about the big bank.
Come on
Let's
in.
go. Come on. Here we go.
Come on.
Well, Miss Lisa, so this is the lobby.
This is the lobby of the branch of the bank, and this is where you're going to come in and meet our tellers.
Our tellers. These are tellers?
Yes, aren't they smart and good looking?
You better
We've got
believe it.
Miss Courtney and Mr. Stephen and Miss Sarah. And so when you come to the bank and you say, Miss Lisa, I've got to deposit my money, guess what? I say, well, step right up to one of the tellers. Now, interest is payment for the use of money over time.
Okay, now interest, we're talking about
Yes.
interest, okay?
Yes, and so if you give the bank money to take care of, right, we're going to protect it for you. We're going to pay you interest. You're going to earn interest. But we're going to talk about if you needed to borrow money from the bank, then we're going to charge you interest. You're going to pay me.
I do know that you also have someone who's a loan officer.
Yes.
And they are in charge of approving loans. So I'd like to meet that person if I could.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to meet a great one. Her name is Heather. Her family raises miniature horses.
Oh,
How
wow.
about that?
You
But let's
go.
go meet Heather.
Come on, let's go
Miss
find
Heather. All right. So Cowboy Dan, come on in. I want you to meet Miss Heather Frost.
Hello, I'm Cowboy Dan. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you, Cowboy Dan.
Well, thanks for having us in your big bank. That's
Isn't it
It's
nice?
already been fun. Do me a favor, say hello to my friends on the frontier.
Well, hi, friends on the frontier.
And you are the one in charge of making what I call a loan. And I wanted the friends on the frontier to understand that because at some point in their lives, they're going to have to understand about how to borrow money from the money store. What I'm understanding, though, is when you do come to the money store, you've got to qualify to be able to get some money for a loan.
That's right.
Which is a good reason now, friends, to already be building a good credit report and always making sure you're doing wise things with money, which we're going to talk about more too.
That's
Being
right.
able to use your money wisely. Miss Heather, thank you so much.
she smart?
She's great. Before I leave, I got a great joke I got to tell you, okay? I'll catch you later. Come
He's
on.
a funny guy, you know. All right.
Well, Miss Lisa, I am loving this tour of the big bank.
Yes, the money
Wow.
store.
Oh, wow. Now, this looks like a safe. That big door?
That's
Am I
right.
Is that a safe?
This is a safe deposit box area, and you're right. This is a giant safe that has a lot of little safes inside.
Wow.
But now things have really changed, and we've changed the way you get into the safe deposit
Well,
box
looks like
area,
it.
right?
Man, is this it?
This is it.
Oh, wow.
And
could we show our friends how that works? I mean, is
I
there
think that
somebody
would be
here that
fun.
could do that?
Do you know what? You met Miss Heather,
Yeah.
the loan officer.
Oh, here she is right now.
Fantastic.
How convenient.
How
Hi, Miss
fantastic.
Heather.
So Miss Heather has the code. And
heard
did
the
we
click.
hear the click?
We did.
And now Miss
Wow.
Heather can go into the safe deposit box area.
Oh, that is so cool. This is such a wonderful thing, and seeing the big bank. Now, Miss Lisa, also for my friends,
Yes.
I want to also show them a little bank.
That's how we start
That's
saving.
right. And how they can start right now with their own bank to learning to use money wisely. Would
That's
you
right.
kind of show us a little bit about
I'd
that?
love to. I have quite the array of special little banks.
Good deal. Let's
Thanks,
go.
friends.
Oh, hey y'all. I'm checking my emails. You know, I love getting emails from all of you, and I get some of the best ones. Some of these emails are so encouraging, and this one comes from Garrett. He's 3 years old, and he lives in Wyoming. He says this, "Dear Cowboy Dan, is Biscuit a sir or a ma'am?" Great question, Garrett. Well, let me tell you, Biscuit is a sir. Now, in horse language, we would say a sir would be a stallion or a stud, and a ma'am would be a mare. Now, if you're talking cattle, a sir would be a bull, and a ma'am would be a cow. If you're talking about goats, a sir would be a billy, and a ma'am would be a nanny. And if you're talking about sheep, well, a sir would be a buck or a ram, and a ma'am would be a ewe. And don't you forget, Cowboy Dan loves you. Hey, thanks for your emails. You can write me anytime at www.cowboydan.com. Oh, that feels good to sit down for a little bit, Miss Lisa.
We've had an adventure at the bank today.
The big bank, I want you to help the friends on the frontier to understand when you save and start small, you can buy something big, but it's important, friends, that you save your money before you try to spend for something. If you spend what you don't have, then you go into debt. And that's not a good place to be.
That's right.
I remember you telling me here recently about a young man you read about in the newspaper who has his own chickens.
Yes.
And he's got eggs to sell, and he's saving his money to buy what?
He is saving money, and one day he's going to buy a truck. I've asked Zach to come down here, and I'm going to buy some eggs, and then guess what he's going to do with my money? Save it.
There you go. Put it in the bank. Now, the last one here is what I'm curious about, because this is not colorful, anything. It just looks like a black box.
But it's pretty magical, but you've got, I'm going to give you this quarter. I'm sharing my quarter with you, Cowboy Dan. Show them how it works. You put it in the slot.
Okay.
Now, does it drop in? What? Isn't that not hilarious?
Goodness gracious.
Yes.
I believe that's the only way that I could save money, have somebody snatch it out of my hand. Let's go find Zach.
All right, fantastic.
The Red River Valley, one of the prettiest songs ever written and recorded. Now, some people call it a cowboy song, which I do. Others might call it a folk song. But either way, it is a beautiful song. There's a little mystery about the history of Red River Valley. There is a Red River up in Canada, and there's also, of course, the Red River down in Texas, my home state. And I like to think that it's about the Red River in Texas. In fact, the first time it was ever recorded, it was recorded by a fellow by the name of Cowboy Carl Sprague. And he called it the Cowboy's Love Song, and it is such a pretty love song. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who loves you so true. Don't forget, Cowboy Dan loves you.
That as bright
Okay, so Cowboy Dan,
Yeah.
I want you to meet my friend Zach that
Is
I
this
read
Zach?
about. Come on in here, Zach.
Well, hello.
Hi.
I'm Cowboy Dan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, thanks for coming here today. I know you come here for Lisa because she wanted to purchase some of your eggs, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you do. I wish you'd tell my friends on the frontier and tell them hi for me, would you?
Hey.
Hey,
Hey,
that sounds good.
Hey, I love it.
Well, tell me what you're doing with eggs.
Well, I got 27 chickens and I'm selling the eggs, saving up for a truck.
Wow.
That's impressive.
27 chickens, and you're gathering the eggs.
And you're how old?
11.
I'm impressed. And what is this? I'm seeing a business card. My friend Zach has a business card. Very impressive.
Man, yes indeed.
And you know what? His eggs and a business card, you know what that gets this young man? Some of Miss Lisa's money that he can take to the bank and put in his savings account. So I'm ready to buy my eggs. Thank you, Zach. Oh my goodness, this is incredible.
Zach, I wish you the best in all you do, brother.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Thanks for being here today.
And thanks for my fresh eggs.
See you now.
All right, you must come over. We'll have some eggs.
That sounds excellent. Hello, friends. I cannot tell you how glad I am to introduce you to Mountain Man from Duck Dynasty. Good to have you on the show.
Hey, good to be here. Thank you for having me out on here. I appreciate it.
I wish you'd do a favor for me. I wish you'd look out there and tell my friends on the frontier hello.
I just want to say, hey, y'all, all y'all out there on the frontier, all our friends out there.
You know, we've been talking, Mountain Man, about, I guess this episode would be more about money, but it's more than that. It's about the power of making good decisions in your life. And I wish you'd just tell me and my friends, how did you get to where you are today?
Well, you have to trust in the Lord. That's
Amen.
That's
the
a big
first decision you have to make is to trust in the Lord. I once had to work hard on the air conditioners. You know, I prayed for something better to come along. You know, when I worked on Willie's air conditioner that day and he asked me to come on to the show, I knew my prayers had been answered.
Here Mountain Man's talking about his success, and it's huge. But did you hear that he struggled too? That there were times where it was hard, and you had to trust. And I want my friends to hear that because sometimes maybe in your life you're thinking, well, I wish something better would come along, and I wish it would happen for me like it's happened for Mountain Man. But don't forget that those struggles are there. And even in those struggles, making good decisions is so important.
Good decisions. If they're struggling out there, anybody struggling, your life can turn around on a dime.
When Mountain Man first came to the bank and I met him, I said, Mountain Man, you're so nice. You've met all the kids. You've signed autographs. I want you to have a present. And I thought, what would you give Mountain Man from Duck Dynasty if he came to the bank? And Cowboy Dan, you have the surprise that I gave him.
Is this what you presented him with?
This treasure is a one-of-a-kind duck decoy bank. Now, what kind of duck is this, Mountain Man?
That is a mallard drake.
Mallard Drake.
I
See,
think-
this is
Now, Drake is what? Is that the male?
That's the male.
Yes.
The hen would be the female. The drake is the most prettiest. You know, the males, they draw off. The animals go for
it's a
them.
reenactment, Cowboy Dan.
He takes off like this, you know, and then the hen sits on the nest, and they can't see the hen because it's more camouflage. But
Protecting those eggs.
this
and
is
babies.
so nice
Now listen,
here.
the kids on the frontier are going, no, that doesn't look like a bank. If it's a bank, where in the world, how are you going to get your
Well, I
money
see a
out?
slot right here to
So
put
we
the-
see the
There's
slot. I
a
hear
slot.
money.
I hear it. Jingle, jangle,
Yes, and what do you call this?
I call this money duck.
Money duck, not mighty duck, but money duck.
Money duck. I hate to do this to you again. You understand, don't you?
Oh no, what is going to happen?
No.
I bet you have to.
Well, money duck, it's gonna hurt, but not long. Oh! And you can just dump the money out. Oh, there's
got some
dollars.
golden kind in there too.
You know, you put all your money in this slot, and when you want to get it out, you just kind of
Pop the head.
pop his head off, and then when
But
it-
he will live again. Yes.
Hey, he's
yes.
all right.
Looking
Hey,
good.
He'll live again to
okay.
save another day.
That's
That's
right.
right. Just deposit your money in here, and take his head off and dump it out and pop his head back on.
And keep on saving.
And keep on saving.
I love it.
That's
I
right.
love it.
What a way to stretch that dollar.
Mountain Man, what does it feel like to be so famous?
Well, I never consider myself famous, but obviously a lot of people do. The most famous one is up above. But I kind of keep it down to earth. I don't let it change me to think I'm some kind of highfalutin person. I'm very down to earth.
You're showing a good heart. I love that. You know, friends, you can do the same thing. We're talking about money and how you spend your money and making wise choices. Even the way you spend your money shows your heart. And so, Mountain Man, you have made my day just by being here and being with my friends on the frontier. So, Miss Lisa, thank you.
Yes, and I would say he has a big camo heart. Don't you think?
I love that. Yeah, camo shirt and a camo heart. Shines through.
Heart. And as Jay says, the bigger the beard, the bigger the heart.
Amen. Man,
Thank
you're
you,
so
Cowboy Dan. I appreciate y'all having me on the show, and it's been fun.
The count of three, everybody, give me one big yeehaw. Y'all ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yeehaw!
Oh, there you are, Heather. Oh, good to see you. Here's my joke. I'm so glad I get to tell you. You're going to love this. It's about this farmer who goes into the bank and talks to the loan officer about getting a loan. Well, the loan officer says, well, Mr. Farmer, why should I give you a loan? Your crops have failed for the last 3 years. Your cotton got hailed on. Your corn got drowned out. Why should I give you any more money? Well, the farmer said, well, Mr. Loan Officer, you got a point there, but I got to feed my family. So the loan officer said, well, I tell you what, Mr. Farmer, here's what I'll do. I've got a glass eye. And if you can tell me which one of my eyes is a glass eye, I'll give you that loan. That farmer didn't even hesitate. He said, it's your right eye. That loan officer said, how'd you know? The old farmer said, well, it's the only one that had a friend that look at it. The only one that had a friendly look. Well, it's a little chilly in here. Oh, Miss Lisa, thank you so much for having us today. I had
My
such a
pleasure.
fun time. And you know,
My
friends,
pleasure.
I got to tell you how much I learned today just about money and about being wise in your decisions with money. You know, being wise with your money is being a good steward.
Absolutely.
What would that be?
Well, money has power. You can buy things, but another thing is you can use it to help other people.
There you
Everyone
go.
isn't blessed with the same things that you may have. We can share. We can
Yes.
make a difference in somebody's life.
Well, I can't thank you enough. It's been so fun.
It has.
Friends, hasn't it been great? Hey, if you've had a good time, at the count of three, give me a big old yeehaw. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeehaw! Thank you, Miss Lisa.
It's been so much fun, and I can't wait to see you back in here with your money.
I'll do it.
See
Take
ya.
care now. Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye.
Stretch, stretch, stretch that mighty dollar. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until it holler. You'll get more when you pay if you make it go a long way. Stretch, stretch, stretch that mighty dollar.
Be thrifty when you're shopping. Take coupons to the store. Look for words like sale and clearance. Then your buck will buy you more. If you stretch,
Stretch, stretch that mighty dollar. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until it holler. You'll get more when you pay if you make it go a long way. Stretch, stretch, stretch that mighty dollar.
We're gonna play one now.
your friends may think that spending is the way to be so cool. But if you are a saver, you one day will rule.
Stretch, stretch, stretch that mighty dollar. You got to stretch, stretch, stretch that mighty dollar. Oh, yeah. Stretch it, y'all.
Oh, stretch, stretch, stretch that mighty dollar. Woo! I got that song stuck in my head. Oh, I hope you had a great time. I had such a wonderful time, and I'm so glad you were with me today. Hey, did you enjoy Mountain Man? Did you understand what he said? Well, I hope you did, because he talked about making wise decisions in life and how those good choices can really be a blessing to you. You know, that's true in life, it's true with your money. And that's why Miss Lisa taught us about saving money, about being wise with your money. You know, also, that whole lesson that once you have money, it's a wonderful thing to give it away and to help other people. That's called being a good steward. So remember this, you always make good choices in life and you'll be blessed. And don't you forget, Cowboy Dan loves you.
Life is for learning and learning for life.
Hey, I've had a great time with you today. Let's do it again. Meet me on the porch next time, right here on Cowboy Dan's Frontier. Yeehaw!